It's Steve back with you for the final instalment. So we've been looking at making some moulds and now we're on to the casting. Right, where do we start? So we have our mould, very important. We have some resin for DWR plastics again. We have some talcum powder, brush, scales, pots, and another pot. This has got water in it for a reason. Right, so the first thing we have to work out, how much resin do I need? I'll cheat. I just get water, fill the mould with water, get your mould, pour the water back out. That's what you got. That is pretty close to the weight of resin, just add a little bit. High tech here, you see. Right, so first part of it is nice and easy, then you hit the timer. Once you mix the two together, it says you've got 3 minutes pot life. Rubbish, you've probably got nearer 2. I've had it that I've actually poured the resin and it's set midstream, and you don't want that. So crack on. If I suddenly stop talking, it's because I'm in the bad paddock rush bit in the middle. Fingers crossed. Right, let's set the camera up to show you what's going on. Right, we've got our mould. First job is we're going to grab our talcum powder. Okay, spread it over and put it in a pot and give it a... There you go. Get an old brush. Put it inside the mould. This just breaks the tension of the resin. Help get rid of those bubbles. Get a bang. Right, get that all out of the way. And that's all set. So we can put that out of the way. So we'll grab our resin. As you can see, it's separated, so the first job is to give it a mix. Start shaking up a cocktail. So it's nice and milky. Scales. Whack them on. Grab an empty pot, shove it on. 0. So I reckon we need about 52, so I'm actually going to go with 54, because that's 27 of each, which keeps it easy. So mark our cups up A and B, so we grab A. This is part E, so pour in 27. And that's just typical, isn't it? It's gone to 29, so let's call it 30. Better be over and under, so stick that one out of the way. Cut B. Yes, I like making silly noises when I do things like this. Ah, it's going to tease me now. Yay! Right. Stick that over there and we'll get rid of these. So we're going to mix A into B. Sorry, B into A, get it the right way around. And we get our mould. So second these hit, the timer starts. Just pour them in slowly, not too slowly because remember the clock is ticking. And we grab our spoon. Right, that goes in there. Right into the cups that don't drip. And give it a mix so the two parts combine properly. I already feel it starting to warm up. This actually mixes quite easy compared to the rubber because obviously it's not so thick. Spin out the way, get our mould. So we're going to pour it gently. Let's pour up to the first ledge. Grab a cocktail stick and just work around the corners. Hopefully ease out any air bubbles that caught in the corners. I'm expecting to get a few air bubbles in this just by the nature of what this mould is. There we go, I'll give this a little swirl about and fill it up. Pour it carefully. Right up to the top. Concentration going on here. I don't think I'm going to get much more in these. They do tend to shrink down a little bit as it reacts. So I think that's pretty good. I'll put that out of the way. That's set solid, you just better pull it out. I'll position this in the camera. And as you can see, it's already starting to go, so we'll zoom in and you can watch. And I'll put it up with it. Where were we? Right here, okay. You see a little air bubble there. If you do it early enough, you shouldn't have a problem. I'll say you shouldn't have a problem. There you go. Pop in it. That would have been on the underside anyway, so we'll leave that to run. And as you can see, it's starting to go. It'll take about 20 minutes. Give it 20 minutes, half an hour, and you'll be sorted. Right, this is now set. You can tell when it's set. Obviously it changes colour and it cools down because it gets quite warm. So what I've got to do now is break it out gently. So you just ease the mould apart as you go round. This is where we actually find out how good the mould is. Right, so we can get this one out first. Well, there's an air bubble on the underside, which is a bit annoying. A few little air bubbles in that one. Let's have it there. Right. So these we clean up with a file, all the little bubble bits. You can always fill. To be honest, I don't think it's the fault of the mould in this instance. I think it's actually we caught some bubbles in the corners. Hence we didn't get the cocktail sticking enough. So we know for the second mould, second casting. Oh, come on. There's a couple of air bubbles there, that's fine. Like this. And there we go. We have our 6 pieces. The tops have come out pretty good. So there's a couple of little air bubbles around here, which we're going to hit with a file. Bottom, we'll just put on a piece of sandpaper, give it a rub. That'll clear it up. If you really want to smooth bottoms, what you can do is fill the mould, get a piece of glass, press it down on the top, let it completely set, take the glass off, and you end up with a light flasher on the outside, which you can then just take off with your thumb. So there you have it. So let's pull the camera up. Right. Overall, I'm fairly happy with that for the first pull off of that mould. Yes, we did catch some air bubbles. Right, so we know next time we've got to wiggle the cocktail stick around a bit more, give it a swill, try and get the air bubbles out. These, all I'm going to do is work around it with a file and take off any little bits. I can even midi put some of the little tiny bits if I wanted to tidy it up. I've done that before. But overall, it's pretty good, considering we're working here without a pressure pot, without a vacuum chamber. So obviously if you had a pressure pot at this stage, you'd have put the mould in it with the resin and it would have pushed the resin in harder and you'd probably get the air bubbles out. You'd put the silicone itself into a vacuum chamber and pull out any air bubbles in the silicone. So overall, pretty good. These are quite deep to cast, so great results. Bases are a lot thinner. They pretty well come out spot on each time. So hopefully you've enjoyed this series of videos. Please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and get it out there. And I'll see you next week. Cheers.